It's the Half Hour Wasted and Legion of Dudes podcasts. Hey, this is Jordan from Jersey with the Legion of Dudes, and this is part 2 of the comics I read the weeks of October 6th and 13th, 2010. Don't forget to check out part 1 because there's a lot of great comics. Like I said in that video, I liked every comic I read the last 2 weeks. There wasn't a single one that let me down, so you're going to want to check them all out. Lots of good stuff there. We got S.H.I.E.L.D. issue 4, we've got Avengers Academy issue 5, Taskmaster, Mark Miller's Superior brand new series there, Ender in Exile. You're going to want to check them all out, but let's get to this grouping of comics because they're equally as awesome. Let's start out with Terry Moore's Echo issue number 25. This is an awesome series. I have to actually special order it because no one is reading it, and so my shop doesn't get it in anymore because they just weren't getting the people buying it. Why are you people not reading Terry Moore's Echo? This book is incredible. I know black and white comics turn some people off. You know, they're willing to put up with it for Walking Dead, but no other book. Some people aren't even willing to put up with it for Walking Dead. And you're wrong, I tell you, because this book, just like Walking Dead, is awesome. I get the feeling with this issue that we're really counting down towards the end. I can only imagine 1 or 2 issues left. Maybe it ends on 26. I don't know. There's been no real indication of when it ends. But one of the major villains, as far as I could tell, the last major individual character villain, not counting like the evil corporation in the book, fell this issue. Kind of quickly. I don't know if that's a gripe or not, because quite frankly, the issue is funny. A lot of great stuff in there, a lot of great action, a lot of great dialogue, a lot of great character work. This book is awesome with character work. But that one fight seemed like it was over immediately, so quickly that I kind of didn't believe it was over. And then it wasn't, but then it was over for real just as quickly. So, check out Terry Moore's Echo. There can't be that much more to it, unless it's going to be an ongoing, which is very well possible, but it feels like they're winding down. Really, just an awesome comic, dealing with what happens when a person gets powers, how that affects them in ways they might not necessarily want. So, it's good. Then we have Kevin Smith's Green Hornet, issue number 8 of 10. I really rather like that cover of our heroes strapped to a giant typewriter next to the Black Hornet. And no, that is not just one of those things that, oh, it'll make a cool cover. It's actually in the issue. Yeah. So if you've got a giant machine of doom that your heroes are strapped to, you can bet your bottom dollar you're in the beginning of the 3rd act. And yes, we are, as the comic book version of the Kevin Smith script is brought to fruition here. Love the art. The art is kinetic, lifelike. You can just feel the action, and like I've said many times before, I wish we got to see a filmed version of this. Yes, I know there's a Seth Rogen Green Hornet movie coming out in December, so right around the corner, but just being able to see this, I really wish we got to see this version as well, but I digress. Not a whole lot of dialogue in this issue, which is kind of odd for a Kevin Smith issue. You normally, let's build around the dialogue. But what's here is good. We get a ton of fight choreography, because, like I said, this is kind of the major battle, and you know that in issue 9 and probably the beginning of issue 10 there's going to be that final ultimate battle that you're gearing up for, but it starts here and it goes some interesting places. I love Kevin Smith's Kato, just a really cool character. She's not one for words, but when she speaks it's generally pretty funny. There's a funny there's a very good bit of back and forth between her, the Green Hornet, and the Black Hornet in this issue, and I'll leave it at that. Check out Kevin Smith's Green Hornet. And we're coming close to the end of this one, folks, so hold on to your socks or something. Don't forget, check out forumforgeeks.com. You're going to find the Walking Dead Podcast Network there. That's forumforgeeks, FOR.com. Love the site. What can I say? I love working with Forum for Geeks because it's awesome. You get to discuss so many different geeky subjects with so many different people. And, hey, if you want to discuss these videos, you can go there to discuss it as well. Why not? It's free. For now. No, it'll probably always be free, because dealing with money is just difficult. Then we have Locke and Key, Keys to the Kingdom, issue 2 of 6. That's right, we're getting into the 4th arc of the series now. And last month, 2 months ago, it's been a long time, let's just put it that way, we had that awesome Calvin and Hobbes tribute issue. This one picks up right where we left off. No more Calvin and Hobbes stuff, but that was kind of a cool one-off. It's not necessarily something I'd want to see every issue. This issue takes a look at racism, actually. They don't even take a step out of their normal comfort zone. They just kind of work that into the story in a very organic way with not even a key this time. This time it's a mirror that allows the characters to change their appearance to get into places that they needed to get into, kind of a disguising mirror, if you will. So they get to walk in someone else's shoes for a bit. As a caveat, I mean, this is definitely not a book for kids, although it's written like the best kids book ever, but for adults. There's quite a bit of very frank discussion in this book about race, which is probably definitely not appropriate for children, especially some of the language used by some of the extraneous characters that are being used to make a point, but still not something you probably want a young kid exposed to. So just a warning, but great book as ever. And in this particular issue, and it looks like this arc, they're going to be trying to uncover some more about their father's past in discovering how they can defeat their mysterious enemy, how they can get to the Omega Door, the Black Door, and how this whole series is going to wind up. I believe arc number 4, this one is the 4th of 6. I could have that wrong, but either way, it's working out really cool. I love the series. Just gotta check out Locke and Key. I believe it's being made into a TV show now. I'll have to double check on that, but I'll definitely be watching for it. Locke and Key, good stuff. Then we have Thanos Imperative, issue number 5 of 6. This series is winding towards a beautiful conclusion. From what I understand, Guardians of the Galaxy and Nova are not coming back after this. I know a lot of people have a problem with that. I don't, because as far as I'm concerned, as long as it fits the story, as long as the narrative dictates the series not coming back, at least for a time, that's how it should happen. You shouldn't just have the book in perpetuity to make $1. If the story's done, end the book. That's just my 2 cents. But in this issue, we are coming towards the final fight, maybe, because allegiances are changing very quickly, especially at the end of this book. Who's going to win, the Cancerverse or our side? I have a feeling it's going to be our side, because otherwise the Marvel Universe is kind of over, and that's not a very good business model. But the Galactus engine from the Cancerverse is still really awesome, and it looks like they're hinting at introducing some even more bigger entities of power after that one. I don't know if we'll actually get to see them in this book, but I hope so. Thanos Imperative, Abnett Landing, love it. Check it out. And also check out hhwlod.com and walkingdeadtv.com for the Half Hour Wasted, Legion of Dudes, and Walking Dead TV podcasts. Hey, I'm on 2 of the 3 shows, and I love them all. So you're going to want to check those out, and you can discuss them at forumforgeeks.com, just like a whole bunch of other shows. So hhwlod.com, walkingdeadtv.com, and follow me at JordanFRMJersey on Twitter. That's right, at JordanFRMJersey. It's really easy. You just had to take out the O and the and from, because Twitter doesn't allow enough characters. Darn you, Twitter. And finally this week we have The Amazing Spider-Man issue 645. And I really like this one. Yeah, after quite a few weeks of subpar, at the very least, Spider-Man books, I really rather like this one. In this issue, Spider-Man is pissed. And while, of course, I love Spider-Man when he's the happy-go-lucky, jokey superhero, I love every once in a while when they take time out of Spider-Man's day to really darken him up and make him mad at everybody. And Spider-Man is mad at so many people this issue. So mad, the supervillains are running to the police for protection, and I'm not making that up, it happens in the book. I know a lot of people are not loving the art. They don't like the posing from this particular artist, who is Paul Azateca, and also Matthew Southworth. So it looks like there was some trading off there, which I hadn't noticed in the first place, so that's at least good. I don't mind the art, though. It's kind of a throwback. It reminds me of some of the illustrations I read in books as kids, especially some of the like the Boxcar Children mysteries, like the first grouping of them that were actually written by the original author, had similar art, so I kind of like it. But like I said, really cool stuff happening here. Spider-Man is not happy. Some of the things he does in this issue made me go, oh my gosh, Spider-Man just went there. And if you can do that to me in a comic, I'm happy. So check out Spider-Man 645. Check out hhwlod.com. Check out walkingdeadtv.com. Check out forumforgeeks.com. Follow me on Twitter. I can't really think of any more plugs right now, but you know them by now if you watch these videos. Have a good week. See you next week or in 2 weeks or whenever I get around to making another comic video. Like I said, life is busy, but comics books, they don't make me mind so much. Have a good week. It's the Half Hour Wasted and Legion of Dudes podcasts.